best to stay out of the air.
And it seems like, everybody, we will be finally getting on into it. This is Elimination Finals. This is to get into the Grand Final. So there is a lot on the line here. We're going to be going into game number 1. It is the exact compositions that we talked about before. And already BalloonBoy and Wess off stage for just a second. They try to set up that juggle. BalloonBoy trying to fall back down with a neutral and does not find it. This is where it could get so scary for BalloonBoy.
Yeah.
He has to keep fading out. He has to get away from the other member of Blue Team.
Right, you cannot let them get together on you. You've got to keep blue team separate, and I think that's really their maybe the best option is to try and play those 1v1s as much as possible.
And they're doing it already. They're already interrupting anything that red team is cooking up. The other member of blue team is just up there and taking one of them for a ride with recovery and with neutral. Raydish not going to be able to take Wess's stock off the top though. BalloonBoy.
Okay.
What's it going to be? Another recovery, not going to be able to connect. Picking up the bow now.
This already looks a little better than what we saw coming out of Winterside. Nice follow-up from them, 10 Kilo. Nice ground pound from Wess. Nice. There we go. That's going to go ahead and finish off both their stocks. And they're carving out that lead. And there's one thing that I will say. I mean, when you get down against Chakrams, it is very hard to bring that deficit back. So they definitely don't want to let this get away from them here at the beginning.
You know what it is? I feel like the real blind spot for the Chakrams is the diagonals. Boots downer is going to especially be so huge at like covering a lot of the space that Chakram doesn't do that good of a job in. So I'm curious to see how Raydish is going to position himself alongside that. That being said, Vem10 Kilo committing off stage, but he knows that he has one last trick in his pocket, and that is GC Ensing. It does not matter that he lost the stock for it because BalloonBoy is on his last. While I was talking, Raydish.
Yeah, everybody take a look at the score up at the top of the stock count in the top right corner, because I don't know how we're even.
Oh, we're even.
We're even.
We're back.
Wow, that's what we saw them do against Future Bubble and Marky Moo as well. They would get behind and they would be able to make that play to bring back that deficit and put themselves right back in that position.
Okay, BalloonBoy backing up a little bit, just giving Vem10 Kilo a bit of extra space. Some friendly fire coming out, setting up a juggle onto Raydish. Unfortunate, he made it back down. He took a couple of hits, though, in the process. He's playing it slowly again. He's just backing up. He's waiting for the opening, waiting for the follow-up. He does miss the neutral, unfortunately. The downer recovery, nice job from BalloonBoy, but Vem10 Kilo going to be taking Raydish off the top.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. See if they're going to be able to bring back from this, but we're seeing more damage come out. Look, Sweatbee's been in the air forever, and he throws out 4 more attacks. And still continuing to put the pressure on red team. Vem10 Kilo is all over the stage right now and put hands on anybody who wants them.
Raydish tried to play back. He does end up getting his jumps caught there by Vem10 Kilo. Okay. BalloonBoy not going to be able to take that stock off the top quite yet. He keeps on looking for it. He keeps on hunting for it. You have to be careful because you have to be ready for Chakram downer.
Oh, a little early. Vem10 Kilo with the
downer?
What a great interruption, saving his teammate's stock. Oh
and
my
Raydish
goodness,
is out of the game.
yes. And that is a very damaged BalloonBoy against 3 stocks. I don't know if he's got it in him. No, he does not. But it wasn't bad. That
might have been the downer of all time.
Yes, it wasn't bad. We saw Wess and Vem10 Kilo. They did go ahead and get the dub. But compared to the matchup that we saw on Winterside, that was a much better performance from Raydish and BalloonBoy starting out here. If they can build off of that, they may be able to get something done in this set.
It was. So what happened this game, though? I mean, again, it seems like everybody's a little bit uncomfortable with Priya Ensig still. Right? The GC Ensig on Chakram is like a little bit tricky. It's a little bit difficult to punish. Wess and Vem10 Kilo, again, it feels like they're so difficult to actually punish in the air because if you want to get below them, then they do a really good job of threatening below them. So BalloonBoy and Raydish, I have to say, they're a lot closer to figuring it out than they were beforehand.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And I think that's my opinion. I think that's a lot of the problem in people having a hard time. That dare off of the split chakram is such a unique area that you have to guard. I mean, think of any other situation where you're grounded, where you have to worry about the very top of your head.
Yeah.
You know, being able to cover that. And I think the community is just having those growing pains as they're adjusting to watching that area and being able to react to it and counter on it.
Right now, oh my gosh, BalloonBoy going to get stuffed out by that sidelight, and Wess going to be going all the way out there. The sider is not enough to be able to KO. The GC side sig does not get him back onto the stage. Stock for stock. Okay, each team looking very even here, and Wess with another GC side sig. Oh my goodness.
That is rough for red team. Looks like blue team is starting to get a little bit of a stride here. Was it taking the way he sideline and just peeled a Raydish out of that attack? Oh my!
Oh no! And Balloon, yo, you getting up? Where are you going? Sit back down. There is still a set in front of us, slow-mo. Oh.
That hurt. That hurt me really bad.
Okay.
When we talked about before, he did
it again! And that was another recovery off the top.
Wess is so good at those aerials off of Chakrams. There we go. Nice follow-up from Raydish, getting some good damage. Sidelight Sayer. Oh, but now he's in a bad spot. Oh, they were trying to get the follow-up. Didn't find it, but Vimtankilo on his final stock now.
I would say keeping it close-ish, but just Raydish has to keep it safe. Raydish has to land back down safely, which is going to be a lot easier said than done. Vimtankilo is trying to take BalloonBoy off the top. They've been split up. That team has been completely separated. Wess, oh my gosh, BalloonBoy with the save gets the recovery onto his own teammate, but can BalloonBoy make it back on after Raydish is gone? Okay, GC Ensig. Oh, he's just gone. They're gone. Deleted.
That was absolute chaos there in about that last 10 seconds. 388 damage coming off of BalloonBoy. Is definitely a little low. I don't have an answer.
Well, they split him up. They couldn't do it. They couldn't do the stuff that they were doing before. They weren't on the ground all that often on Chakram, were they? They were floating around. They were threatening with Sider. They were threatening with Downer. They were threatening with Neutral all the time with GCN lights as well and recoveries. So they were incredibly difficult to hit. Wess and Vimtankilo were playing elusive and evasive.
Yeah, that is definitely two ways of describing it for sure. What a way to go into game number 3. I'm just trying to think of what they could do.
Yeah, don't lose your stocks.
Like,
don't lose your stocks off the top. Easy.
Wess is so good on the way he's able to just continue those combos and just extend them and extend them. I mean, it's actually very difficult to get enough momentum and enough force to knock out off of those aerial attacks, and to be able to get them up there so high to be able to knock out so consistently is really impressive.
Yeah, he just latches on and he does not let go. So Vimtankilo and Wess are currently up 2-0 here. And again, you see BalloonBoy tries to catch Wess's landing, and yet you have to respect the sheer distance that Chakram Downer has.
All right, a little whiff. Raydish gets the slightest of all punishes.
Oh, them. Okay.
No, the reversal. Raydish got some boots on him. But no, just brought it back down. You know, actually, that's probably a good idea. Just go ahead and bring it back, get down to a little safer altitude, and not try and go toe-to-toe.
So how exactly do you punish that? Well, okay, there you go. It's called them ended up sliding off and he didn't get the bounce. But ideally, if a Chakram player is sitting there on a platform and pressing down, they seem like that's like one of the most unpunishable positions I've seen in this game. Vem going to be looking for the GC side like he was looking for the continuous pickup. Wess going to be knocking out BalloonBoy's first stock off the top as well again. And Raydish is on his last. 3-6. They're evaporating. They're exploding.
Oh, yeah. They are melting Raydish this game. Like, they are wait a second. 6 stock? 6 stock to finish off the set?
Oh, there's no way.
There's no way. No, surely not. Okay.
Yeah. BalloonBoy not going down without a fight at the very least. Okay. Respecting that Ensig, and that's going to be another stock on off the top. But now it is Raydish who is gone. BalloonBoy tries to go out there. He's able to get the GC Ensig. Nicely done. Okay, guys.
All right. Okay. I mean, at least he's getting a little something done. Might be able to get that one off of Wess. No, Vim. Okay, BalloonBoy is going to go ahead and float out here off stage and hope for an opportunity, staying out of the way of the side light. Wess throwing him out, taking all that coverage.
Looking for the target switch here, looking to put Wess off stage with the side. Oh my goodness.
Neutral sig and a neutral sig is crazy. Sorry.
You shouldn't be the one apologizing to me. They should be apologizing to him. Well,
that was a set.
GG's.
GG's. We still have ones. If you're Raydish and BalloonBoy, you still got ones this weekend. 3rd place, though.
What do you say about this? What is it to say about this? Well, you know, good job to Wess and Vimtankilo. They positioned themselves. They got what they were looking for. I'm going to say something. I think Chakram down on like the platforms of